You will be amazed at how consistently he shows off this elite talent. Keon Coleman, the #1 wide receiver on the 11-0 Florida State Seminoles. He's leading the team in receptions, receiving yards, and touchdowns, while also being tied for 8th among all wide receivers in the FBS in touchdowns. His catch-to-touchdown ratio is in the top 5 in the FBS, and his strong resume can go against basically any receiver in the draft. So how high should he be picked next year, and can he produce at the next level? Let's take a look at the film. Empty set from Florida State. LSU showing a heavy blitz here on 2nd and 3. They got 6 guys on the line. This means there's a lot of one-on-one man coverage in behind. This happens to be the best situation for Keon Coleman. The QB immediately knows where to look on this play. Coleman is going to just cut space and body up against the DB because he knows he can win a 50-50 ball 90% of the time. He's so competitive in the air and does an amazing job of consistently high pointing the ball. Easy throw for the QB. Keon brings this ball down and gives his team 6 points. Big overtime moment here versus Clemson. Keon lined up one-on-one outside. Clemson trots out a cover 1 look, and that's a dangerous decision. Man coverage in the red zone versus Coleman often doesn't bode well for defenses. Corner also gives Keon a free release, so he's able to work down the sideline, and the safety is late rotating over. So it's an easy high point for Coleman. He calls game. His ability to adjust to passes and take the ball away is truly remarkable and elite. He makes it nearly impossible for DBs to defend him at the catch point. Back to the LSU game. Coleman lined up on the outside and is going to get a free release. The safeties are going to drop down into hook zones, leaving the deep ball open. Coleman is going to run a deep post over the top. He's kind of stiff running the route, doesn't really have any shake at the top, but he's strong enough to battle through the contact. And then once the ball's in the air, it's basically over. He establishes position and again just snatches the ball out of the air. The DB's presence doesn't really affect him at all. And one last time for good measure, 1v1 fade ball in the end zone. Way too easy. Strength, concentration, high point, 6. 3rd and 13. Coleman's got an underneath slant. Corner doesn't want to get beat deep, so I do think LSU should have pressed him way more often in this game. They made it pretty easy for him. 3rd and 7. Nate Wiggins on him, possible first-round pick at corner. Curl route to the sticks. Coleman is fast off the release, stiff at the top of the route. Physical though, possible push-off, but create some space. Throw is maybe a little late, but Coleman needs to work back to the QB. He can't just sit there. That's a little nuance that you'll see from the top receivers in the NFL. He needs to go back and take that ball and secure it. He allows Wiggins to get back into the play and break it up. Deep play action left. Keon's got an out route here. And this is the area of his game where he gets exposed a little, selling routes. He's not very good, just stiff hips at the top, easy for the DB to stay latched on him. He needs to get better working horizontally. Also, the lack of balance at the top, it takes him an extra step to go outside. CBs at the next level are going to be stronger and faster, so things aren't going to get much easier. His lack of ability to separate from his route running is a real cause for concern. Overall, Keon Coleman is a very interesting prospect this year. He is boom or bust. He's got elite ball tracking and competitiveness at the catch point. He's an amazing red zone weapon and is also strong and fast, but his route running is alarming. He's stiff and can't really sell routes. Also, I didn't see many snaps versus press, but he could struggle against that in the NFL as well. Both factors make him a possible bust. His combine agility scores and his work ethic will be looked closely at. That's for sure. He's a big body receiver, but separation ability matters a lot more in the NFL. He could slip a bit in the draft. It's not the easiest projection, but I think he's a late 1st, early 2nd round guy. He's got upside, but in a talented class, it would be difficult for me to pick him as a GM. So those are my thoughts on Keon Coleman. Please let me know what you think about him in the comments and who I should look at in the next film session. Thanks for watching, and I'm out.